All right. What's going on, party people? This your man Griff. Just sitting here in some shade before my next sign-in. Already did one this morning. Then I got one at noon. It's about 11:40 right now. And then I got a 5, 6, and 7 o'clock tonight. Yep, that's right. 5, 6, and 7. Um, the 5 o'clock is real unique because I'm meeting with one person. Then I got to drive down the street to meet with another person. Apparently they can't be there, so I got to go to two different locations in order to do the signing. For the second person that's doing it, excuse me, they only have a few documents to sign. So, I mean, being there with them is going to be like maybe 15 minutes, if that. But they paying me good for it, so I'm like, all right, cool, I'll do it. And that gives me plenty of time, really like 40 minutes after I leave there, giving me say 5 minutes to get out of there, get set up, wrap up and all of that. Plus the ID part that I'm gonna do in the beginning, which will take about a minute. Then after they sign, and I believe I can actually probably be out of there in 10 minutes, to be honest with you. That gives me plenty of time to get to my 7. So you say, well, why are you doing a 5, 6, and 7? That's just the way it laid out. My 7 o'clock was something I supposed to did earlier this week. It got canceled. Supposed to be next week. Then they popped up and said it's gonna be tonight. So I was like, all right, fine. I'm not gonna not take it, for C Note 25 and all of that. So I'm gonna just go on and do it and make that bad boy happen. Whew. So yeah, thanks again, y'all, for the watching. Let me keep saying watching, listening to the podcast. That's been awesome to do with the fellas. We got the good chemistry going on, the love and respect for one another. So I really appreciate y'all listening to it. Hope y'all had a great time and learned some stuff listening to the Autism Speaks. Then we're talking about the middleman this week. That middleman, there's a time for them and there's a time not to have them. But y'all listen to the podcast for more details on that and everything. And appreciate y'all comments and everything. And make sure the biggest thing that you're going to have to do, what I always encourage people to do, and this is, to me, a problem across all social media, but especially within the notary world, people start listening to stuff and then they think that they know what direction you're really going in, and then they start wanting to be the first one to comment and give some feedback and do exposure videos and reaction videos and all of that kind of stuff. Listen to everything first, digest it, then make your statement. Make sure you understand. Sometimes you have to listen to it 2 or 3 times, but don't be so quick to respond before you hear everything. That's the key. And then if you do respond off the top, just like, oh, you heard of it, then once you hear everything and your opinion has changed, because now you understand what we're really talking about or that person's talking about, then do a retraction or update to your statement. That's the thing, we got to stop doing that. We really do. Listen, hear, understand completely. And see, that kind of attitude carries over into your notary stuff, because you look at a notarial certificate. Oh, I already know what this is. And then you realize, like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, man, they don't have the signature. They don't have the signature line for the notary on the same page as the notarial certificate. Now you got a problem. You get what I'm saying? So don't be so quick to react to what you think you're seeing and hearing. Make sure what you're looking at, make sure what you're listening to, and what your statement's going to be are straight. That's just with anything in life, y'all. It really is. We have those kind of conversations with our spouses, with our kids, with co-workers, and all of that. And sometimes you already know sometimes you just got to let it play out. Okay, let me hear you. Got it. Okay, and then give them, that way you take the power away from them saying, well, you didn't let me finish. Okay, I'm going to let you finish, and you still full of crap. I mean, and if that's how you feel, about us or me or whoever, then that's cool. I respect that. But listen to it all the way first. All right. So but yeah, today, okay, whoa, all right, sorry about that, y'all. Daggone bugs done crawled and flew up in here. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know, I don't think it's a biting something. Then it done got into the console. It's all up in there now. That's where it's at. But yeah, the work is out there. I would say, and I'm thinking about doing a video on this on for Fritter Friday. I got a couple of different signings, so I might have to pre-record my video for Friday. But you're going to have to start looking at your housing market and looking at where there's less inventory, because people think that because there's a lot more houses, that's where all the no, you got to look at where people are moving to, and if there's not enough houses. Because if there aren't enough houses and people are moving there, then that means there's an opportunity, because they got to build the houses. That means people who probably want to move out but didn't realize there's a demand for homes, they're sitting there and say, oh wow, I'm gonna sell my house now. So you have to look at the areas where people are moving to. You're gonna have to start looking at where people are moving to, so you can get an idea that, okay, this here area, and yeah, it's 45 minutes to an hour away from me, but they got a lot of work over there. So if you can find a way to get in touch with the people that's over there and say, hey, I can be a notary for you, that gives you an opportunity to keep your business growing, because where you're at may not necessarily be growing at the moment. But if you can travel a little bit further out and get some consistent work and negotiate a good fee, that's going to just that's just going to benefit you across the board. But you got to be able to expand yourself. But you don't know that unless you look and research the housing market for your area, and not just your city, but up to say an hour away, neighboring cities and towns and stuff like that. Find out what's going on in there. And on Friday, and if you want, just look up Reventure Consulting on YouTube. And that gentleman talks a lot about that. He gives you the numbers, he shows you the data. But I'm gonna be talking a little bit about that on Friday, because there's some cities that are across the country, and of course it's not for everybody, but there's some big cities that are trying to grow and bring people in. I mean, one city, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, they're offering teleworkers $10,000 to move there. So if you're allowed to still telework, they're saying we'll give you we'll pay you $10,000 to move in our area. There's some people that's gonna take them up on that. Depending on their lifestyle and their family structure, they're gonna be like, babe, we about to get $10,000. Let's go. And they will go over there, and even if it's a second home, they'll do that for the 10K. There's people that's like that. So if you know of this, you should be a notary marketing yourself in that area to the companies that are over there, to those home builders and whoever else. But you don't know that unless you do the research. Stop just sitting around waiting for people to tell you everything. Hey, because at some point in time, you got to stop training. You got to start getting the opportunities. So now it's getting to a point of training versus opportunities. I did all the training, but where's the opportunities? And sometimes you're going to have to you're going to really have to stretch yourself out. So I'm going to try to pull together that stuff today to do a video on that for tomorrow. And just don't give up. I'm serious. Just don't give up. Y'all going to be all right. Don't give up. Stay strong. Believe in yourself. You're doing this for you, not for me, and not for anybody in any other social media group that you're kicking it with. Don't worry about them. Be concerned about yourself. Do what's best for yourself and your family, and everything else will fall in line. Y'all have a good one. Peace.